What if the most stubborn fat on your body isn't a sign of laziness, but a symptom of a broken internal compass that your brain can no longer read? For decades, we have treated weight loss as a simple test of character, but we are now entering a brave new world where biology, not just bravery, dictates the scale. Today, we are deep diving into the pharmacological revolution of semaglutide and metformin, two medical titans that are doing the impossible, rewiring the human appetite and fixing the metabolic glitch that has kept millions trapped in a cycle of obesity. When we step into the world of modern weight loss therapy, we are moving beyond the simple, often insulting advice of eat less and move more. We are entering the realm of metabolic medicine, where we treat the body not as a calorie furnace, but as a complex chemical laboratory. To understand how drugs like semaglutide and metformin work, we first have to understand the metabolic set point. This is the weight your body thinks it should be, and it defends that weight with a vengeance. When you diet, your brain thinks you are starving and lowers your metabolism while spiking your hunger hormones. This is why most diets fail. Modern therapy aims to lower that set point chemically, making weight loss a natural byproduct of a balanced system rather than a daily battle against your own DNA. Let's begin by examining semaglutide, the undisputed superstar of the 21st century health revolution. Known by brand names like Ozempic and Wegovy, semaglutide is a GLP-1 receptor agonist. To understand its power, imagine your gut as a messenger. Every time you eat, your gut sends a signal, glucagon like peptide 1, to the brain to say, "We are full, stop eating." In many people struggling with obesity, this messenger is essentially on strike. The signal is too weak or too short lived to reach the brain. Semaglutide is a super messenger. It mimics this natural hormone, but is engineered to last for an entire week instead of just minutes. It doesn't just suppress appetite, it fundamentally changes your relationship with food by eliminating food noise. This is that constant, intrusive background chatter in the mind that obsesses over the next meal or the snack in the cupboard. For the first time, patients describe feeling normal, able to leave food on their plate because their brain has finally received the message that the tank is full. But the brilliance of semaglutide goes deeper than the brain. It acts on the gastric emptying process, physically slowing down the rate at which food leaves your stomach. This means you feel physically fuller for much longer. Simultaneously, it acts on the pancreas to optimize insulin secretion and on the liver to suppress excess glucose production. It is a multisystemic attack on the drivers of obesity. However, with great power comes the need for great precision. Because semaglutide is so effective at reducing appetite, there is a risk of malnutrition of the obese, where a person loses weight but becomes deficient in vital nutrients or loses excessive muscle mass. This is why the protein first approach is non negotiable. Muscle is the body's metabolic currency. If you lose your muscle while on semaglutide, your metabolism will be even slower when you eventually stop the medication. To truly succeed, you must use the silence of food noise as an opportunity to build a fortress of lean muscle through resistance training and high quality nutrition. On the other side of the clinical aisle, we have metformin, the old reliable of the medical world. While it lacks the dramatic headlines of the GLP-1s, metformin is perhaps one of the most studied and respected molecules in human history. Originally derived from the French lilac plant, metformin has been the frontline defense against type 2 diabetes for over half a century. Its role in weight loss is subtle but profound. It works primarily through an enzyme called AMPK, often dubbed the metabolic master switch. When you take metformin, it tells your cells that energy is scarce, which forces the body to stop storing fat and start burning it. It also increases insulin sensitivity, meaning your cells become much better at hearing the signal to take sugar out of the blood. One of the most fascinating aspects of metformin is its emerging reputation as a longevity drug. Because it lowers systemic inflammation and reduces oxidative stress, researchers are finding that metformin users often have lower rates of cancer, heart disease, and even cognitive decline compared to the general population. In the context of weight loss, metformin is often used for those with pre-diabetes or insulin resistance. It doesn't usually cause the rapid, massive weight drops seen with semaglutide, but it provides a steady, sustainable metabolic correction. It is the metabolic anchor that prevents the weight gain spikes caused by modern high carb diets. For many women with PCOS, metformin is the only tool that has successfully allowed them to overcome the hormonal barriers to weight loss. To ensure your journey with these medications is both safe and effective, we must look at the patient's guide to success. This is the operational manual for anyone stepping into metabolic therapy. First and foremost, you must advocate for your own biology by requesting the right laboratory tests. Before starting either medication, ensure your doctor checks your hemoglobin A1C to measure long-term blood sugar, your fasting insulin to calculate your HOMA-IR, a measure of insulin resistance, and a full lipid panel to check your heart health. Additionally, because weight loss can sometimes impact lean mass, checking your vitamin D and vitamin B12 levels is essential, especially with metformin, which is known to deplete B12 over time. Managing side effects is the next hurdle. For semaglutide, the start low, go slow approach is the gold standard. Most nausea occurs when the dose is increased too quickly or when a patient eats past the point of fullness. To combat this, prioritize hydration with electrolytes. Because these drugs can suppress thirst as well as hunger, dehydration is a common cause of the headaches and fatigue, often blamed on the medication. For metformin, gastrointestinal upset is the most frequent complaint. To mitigate this, always take the medication with your largest meal of the day and ask your physician about the extended release version, which is much gentler on the stomach. Nutritionally, your goal is biodensity. Since you will be eating less total food, the food you do eat must be of the highest quality. Aim for 30 grams of protein at every meal to protect your muscles. Supplement with a high-quality multivitamin, and consider adding digestive enzymes or ginger tea if you experience bloating. Remember, these drugs are clearing the biological path, but you are the one who must walk it. The true master strategy emerging in elite clinics is the sequential or combination approach. Some clinicians use the heavy hitter, semaglutide, to achieve the initial significant weight loss needed to reduce immediate health risks. Then, they transition the patient to metformin for long-term maintenance. This helps prevent the rubber band effect, where the body tries to snap back to its original weight after a GLP-1 is discontinued. By using metformin to keep the metabolic switch in the on position, patients can maintain their new lower set point. However, we must address the dark side of these therapies, the side effects, and the lifestyle trap. Both drugs can cause gastrointestinal distress, nausea, bloating, and changes in bowel habits. More importantly, there is the risk of pharmacological dependency. If a person views these drugs as a magic pill that allows them to continue a sedentary lifestyle and a poor diet, they are setting themselves up for a metabolic crash. These medications are force multipliers. If you put a zero into the equation, zero exercise, zero protein, the result is still zero. But if you put in 10, solid training and nutrition, these drugs can turn that 10 into 100. They are designed to clear the biological hurdles so that your hard work actually pays off. To save ourselves from the rising tide of metabolic disease, we must view semaglutide and metformin as part of a total health portfolio. They are tools to reduce visceral fat, the dangerous hidden fat that wraps around your organs and pumps out inflammatory chemicals. By reducing this fat, we are doing more than just changing a pant size. We are lowering blood pressure, clearing fatty liver disease, and protecting the delicate lining of the blood vessels. This is the true definition of food and medicine, working in tandem. When your hormones are balanced by medication, your body finally responds to the medicine of high-quality food. As we look toward the future, the conversation is shifting from how do I lose weight to how do I optimize my human potential. We are seeing the development of even more powerful triple agonist drugs, but the foundation will always be the same. The human body thrives on stability. Whether you are using metformin to sharpen your cellular energy or semaglutide to quiet the neurological storm of hunger, you are taking an active role in your biological destiny. The era of shame-based weight loss is over. The era of science-based metabolic freedom has begun. In summary, the choice between semaglutide and metformin, or the use of both, is a decision that should be rooted in your unique metabolic fingerprint. Semaglutide offers a profound neurological reset for those with significant weight to lose and high food noise, while metformin offers a cellular, longevity focused approach to insulin management. Together, they represent the pinnacle of modern weight loss therapy, providing a bridge from chronic illness to a vibrant, energetic future. You are no longer at the mercy of a broken metabolism. You have the tools to fix it, the knowledge to fuel it, and the power to sustain it for a lifetime.